Hello everyone, I'm the Sports Wiz 101, and today I'll be giving you my predictions for week 13 of the NFL season. So we'll predict all of these games set to take place this week in the NFL. Happy Thanksgiving to each of you. Of course, we'll have the triple header on Thursday. See how that goes for us. We went 10-4 last week. It's been pretty similar to what we've been doing over the past few weeks. We hope to make it better here in week 13. Everyone's in action, so let's get underway with one of those games in that Thanksgiving triple header. It's the Bengals and the Ravens going at it in Baltimore. This will be the Thursday night game. So, Baltimore's been looking especially good as of late. So, I think I'll go ahead and take them over a Bengals team that just has not looked that good. Main thing that gives me pause, though, is Bengals are expected to have Joe Burrow back under center for them, which will be big. Granted, they're also not going to have T. Higgins, as he will be out with his concussion. I still don't think bringing in Burrow is going to be enough of an advantage for the Bengals to get the win on Thanksgiving. So yeah, I'll take Baltimore. Looking at the Sunday games, Jacksonville and Tennessee. Important for Jacksonville, they need to beat the teams that you would think they'd be better than, at least when you look at it on paper. And I do think they get the win here over the Titans. They're going to force Cam Ward to try to beat them. And I don't think that the Titans offense is in a position where Ward would be able to beat Jacksonville. Texans and Colts go at it as well. This will be a huge game in the AFC South. Indy, of course, trying to bounce back after losing that last week to my Chiefs. And I think they do. I think they get the bounce back victory here at home against the Texans. CJ Stroud, he's going to have to do something here against the Indy defense. I think Indy, though, steps up a little better than they did in the fourth quarter of the game against the Chiefs. And it allows them to get the win here. Raiders and Chargers will be going at it. LA coming off the bye. And this seems like too obvious a pick for me. I'll take the Chargers. Yeah, the Chargers will be without their tackles. Going up against Max Crosby, that's never a good thing. But that Raider defense otherwise is very suspect. The Chargers still have a good defense. The Raiders, even though they fired their offensive coordinator, will still have a bad offense. So yeah, I'll take the Chargers. And then we got the Bills and the Steelers. Could be a big game for playoff positioning. After Pittsburgh lost last week with Mason Rudolph under center, they have lost the lead in the AFC North. They need a win to stop this tailspin that they're on. Looking for the right word. They're taking on a Bills defense that has been weak to the run, so you would think maybe Pittsburgh can take advantage of that, but I'm not sure that they will be able to take advantage of it like they need to. And I think the Bills get back in the win column. Really, this could be a must-win for both of them. So yeah, I'll take Buffalo. And then it's my Kansas City Chiefs. Head to Dallas. We're headed to Jerry World to play on Thanksgiving Day against the Dallas Cowboys. Now, this is a game that you see two somewhat similar teams, or at least similar to what has happened to them recently, after both teams were able to come up with a double-digit comeback victory over a top team in their conference by kicking a game-winning field goal. I do feel like the Chiefs are more likely to be focused entirely on this game. I feel like the Cowboys are probably more likely to be still celebrating their win over the Eagles. And that doesn't mean, though, that Dallas isn't ready to play the Chiefs. I do think Dallas will come out ready and prepared to play the Chiefs. They will have their game plan all ready. However, I'll take the Chiefs. I'll take the Chiefs primarily because I trust that Chiefs defense more than the Cowboys defense. Cowboys defense has at least been decent ever since the trade deadline. But Chiefs defense, one of the best in football at preventing you from scoring. The Cowboys aren't quite on that level yet. I do think the Chiefs will be able to get plenty going against the Cowboy defense. And I do think Kansas City gets a huge win on Turkey Day. Some more Sunday games for you. Saints and Dolphins. Miami's coming off the bye. New Orleans was disappointing for me after I picked them to beat the Falcons last week. They did not. And I could see a world where they're able to get something going against the Miami defense, but I don't think that world is very likely to happen. So I'll take Miami to get the win coming off the bye. Falcons and Jets will be going at it in the Meadowlands. Two teams that have had some disappointing seasons this season. Ultimately, I like the Falcons a little more. I think they have a better... These are both teams that have had questionable quarterback play, but have a good running back. In the end, I like that Falcon defense a little more than the Jet defense, so that's why I'll take Atlanta. 49ers Browns. Now, my instinct here is, well, obviously the 49ers. However, this is in Cleveland, and Cleveland's going to have a bit of weather issues this week, from what I understand. Plus, this is a Browns team that's been good on defense this year. They have been able to stop the run very well. Could be a tough game for Christian McCaffrey. Could be up to Brock Purdy to try to get the Niners the win. And Purdy struggled this past Monday night against Carolina. So I wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland kept this close. But I still think the 49ers do the little things a little bit better, and they get the win over the Browns. Sunday Night Football coming up next. Broncos and Commanders, both coming off a bye. Both have a season that's not what I expected. Denver, 9-2, currently leading the West. Decent surprise there from the Broncos. This coming from a guy who didn't even have them in the playoffs. Then you have Washington, a team that I thought surely they're going to make the playoffs. They've been incredibly injured. They have not been able to overcome those injuries. And the defense has been, well, bad. And I don't think those trends are going to stop here. I'm going to take Denver to get the win over the Commanders. And then we have Monday Night Football, another game featuring a team that is high in the AFC standings taking on a struggling NFC team. In this case, we have the Patriots hosting the Giants. Rematch of those Eli versus Brady Super Bowls. I believe Jameis Winston... Actually, I believe it's Jackson Dart that's going to be the starter for the Giants. So he could allow New York to keep this one close. But I do think Drake May does enough in the end to get the Patriots the win. And then we get to the NFC action. First up, Packers-Lions. First game of the week is a big one in the playoff picture. This one was probably the toughest one for me to pick. I mean, I think in the end it's going to come down to how much pressure is Green Bay able to put on Jared Goff. Because that's a big reason why the Packers won this matchup back in week 1. Is that they were able to put tons of pressure on Jared Goff. Goff was never really comfortable, and it allowed them to shut down that Detroit offense. Is the same thing going to happen this week, though? That's a bit questionable. I feel like that could go either way. Packers could get some pressure on them again. Maybe the Lions' offensive line is able to stand up. Yeah, I struggle to pick this one. In the end, I do think it's going to be too much Micah Parsons for Detroit to handle. So I'll take Green Bay to spoil Thanksgiving for the Detroit Lions. But again, this game could very easily go the other way. I'll still take Green Bay to get the win. Then we go to Black Friday. It's the Bears and the Eagles going at it. The team that a lot of people expect to be here versus the team that not too many people expected. I don't think there are too many people that are expecting that Chicago would have the lead in the North this late in the year. I mean, I expected that the Bears would have a better season, that they would be in contention for a playoff spot. I don't think I expected that. I don't think I expected them to be in this spot. Here, I feel like they've been getting a lot of close wins. I don't think they're going to be able to rely on that against the Eagles. I'll take Philly to get the win at home, bouncing back from their tough road loss to the Cowboys. Cardinals and Buccaneers. Looks fairly likely at this point that it'll be a Buccaneers team without Baker Mayfield. So it'll be two teams playing without their starting quarterback, from what I understand. It'll be Jacoby Brissett versus Teddy Bridgewater. So this could be more of a defensive matchup, I think. In the end, I'll take the Buccaneers to get the win. Rams-Panthers, I'll consider this my lock of the week. I'll take the Rams. I just think that Carolina, against these tough NFC teams, like you saw them against the 49ers, they struggled there. I think same thing happens here with the Rams, except the Rams don't throw 3 interceptions in the first half. They're able to pull away a bit sooner than the Niners were, and the Rams are going to come away with a big win over the Panthers. Vikings-Seahawks, we got Sam Darnold starting for the Seahawks going against his former Vikings team, and I don't think it's going to go too well for Minnesota here. I'll take Seattle. I think that defense is able to stop whoever's at quarterback for the Vikings. Probably not J.J. McCarthy after he got put in concussion protocol. But whoever it is for the Vikings, I think they're going to have a bad day. I think that Seattle defense will have a good game right there. Darnold's not going to need to do much, but he will do what is necessary to get Seattle the win. So there you go. There's my picks for Week 13 of the NFL season. If you like this, please like and subscribe. For more to come in the following weeks, I've been the Sports Wiz 101, and I will see you all later.